I'm like 99% sure we're live. We're definitely live. Okay, welcome back, everybody. I'm Urbandrei. Today we're revisiting my first game jam. Now, for those who are here for the first game jam, or have seen the VOD of it, you can probably remember that stuff did not go well. I'm not saying it was a failure. It wasn't bad, but it definitely, like, near the end, we were not able to finish the project because we just got stuck. Like, for those, again, just as a recap, what we were planning on doing with this project was we wanted to make it so that this little character, you're walking around. Oh god, you can't even get. Well, I guess you're getting some of the hearts. You can grab the hearts, and you get other, like, chocolates and roses, and there'll be, like, stuff higher above him and below him and everything, and you'd be able to, get power-ups and the score, and you can send it to your loved one, and then they can, like, unlock a message. There were a lot of stuff we have planned, but what happened was we really got stuck. Actually, I don't think it's bugged. I think it's just that I didn't update the size. Here we go. So what happened was near the end, we kind of got screwed over by the system I used to load in more platforms. Like, as you can see right now, it's working. We're able to get more platforms, but in our last run, we were unable to do that, and that's when things went horribly wrong. Let me get my chat up and running. One second. All messages. There we go. Anywho, so what we're going to do today is we're going to revisit this, and we're going to do it right. And we're going to do stuff a little bit differently. So one limitation we had in the first game jam was I was trying to make it to where everything is in HTML. So you got these huge CSS words to create the pixels and everything else. And that's all fine and dandy. And that was really cool. And I'm still very happy with it. But now I kind of want to give this game, like, a fair shot, like, and really put some proper time and make it as good as possible. So I'm not going to try to do cool stuff. I'm going to try to do stuff that's practical. So I actually already spent a little bit of time before a stream, and I separated the logic into a CSS folder, a game folder for the game logic, and we'll keep the HTML short and simple. And now what we're going to do is we're going to try to recreate a lot of the assets and make everything work nicely. So step number one, we're going to probably just delete all of these things. Yeah, we're going to delete all of the CSS. I have this saved, so it'll be on my GitHub if you want to look at previous renditions of this. And we can always remake this. It isn't a huge deal. It hurts my heart a little bit because I put a lot of effort into the CSS and everything, but, we're going to go with, like, a Zen approach here. We're going to be like, erase the stuff we don't need. So we're first going to remove all of that. We're going to keep the scale. I'm going to delete this because scale doesn't really do anything here. And we're going to grab all of my JavaScript. And we're going to take that JavaScript and we're going to put it in here. I'm going to say that I think the initial part of this stream is going to be just me trying to make this work. It's going to be very, very painful. So the JavaScript is all the way over here. I forget exactly how you normally... I'm trying to do stuff by the book, so I got to really double check everything. 1 second. I'm going to put a nice little page right here. And we're going to go W3 schools. And I'm going to quickly just get this up and running. Do I just put down link? Wait, 1 second. Do I just, if I go here and type in link equals, and it's game.js, probably with a, will that just work? I'm going to comment out this entire thing for the time being. And we're going to put down a console log.this, and we'll see if I'm right about this. Wait, no, I'm doing it wrong. Why are you, okay. Game.js. Yes. Okay. And we're going to save this for right now. And we're going to run it. Let's inspect element. And is this working? No, it's not. That's not promising, not in the slightest. I gotta figure this out. Okay. I do not know why this is not working. Source, not link. What am I talking about? Of course it's source. Okay, and now we're gonna run it. Okay, it's not liking that. Do I do this? Do I do this? I thought I commented everything out. In game 35, line 35 is going to be right here. Why is the comment not working? Oh, no, it's in line 352. Unexpected token. Oh, well. For the fun of it, I'm going to just delete all of this code. I don't know why the commenting isn't working. And we're going to see if this works. Right now I care more about, okay, so that's working. Okay, now what we're going to try to do is we're going to create some of the CSS properties and separate them from the JavaScript. So I'm going to just do, I'm doing everything the right way now, and I forget how to do stuff the right. I think it's funny that I'm so used to doing stuff very incorrectly that I forget how to do stuff properly. I'm going to just say all the blocks. So we're going to have a player element. We're going to have a block element. Actually, all of our blocks and everything else should basically be the same exact thing. So we're going to call this blocks. And we're just going to take all of the player stuff. So that'll just be position, position fixed. We need to do we're gonna do stuff using a proper sprite sheet now. So I probably should double check how I made sprite sheet work. I did a thing with the, what's it called? Was it under test? Or another? Or wait, maybe it's behind here? No, it isn't. Let's run this real fast. No, isn't HTML stuff? No, it isn't. Okay, so where did I genuinely forget where I put my previous code. That's fascinating. Well, no matter. We can always remake it. We can always rebuild. Let's zoom in just a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing. So, okay, position fix is going to be identical for basically everything. And with that, we can just remove this. And I think because we're scaling it with the window, we can probably just make it identical to the horizontal. Would vertical or horizontal be more important here? I think they're both more important, but because we're talking about, I might keep the scale separate for right now. I don't care about this. Okay, I'm gonna make this a little bit neater. Did we use X offset? I'm not sure if we used it actually. Okay, I'm thinking I'm gonna create this. The set interval is gonna be the last thing we're gonna do. Okay, this is just our code for getting the inputs. There we go. We'll do the same thing here. Straightforward. We're going to move this to the top. And we'll call this input. And with that, oh, whoops. Now we have our inputs done properly. Next up, what we're going to want to do is we're going to, let's delete all of that. This is going to be a nightmare, honestly, the code, because there's so many issues with the code so far that us getting it to where it needs to be is going to be very difficult. Honestly, okay, for right now, I'm just going to create some basic art assets for us to use. Let's make this a little bigger so I can actually see what I'm doing. There we go. Is this enough for the character? I forget the design. Was it like this? Something along this line. A little hat on him. I probably should double check the actual. Yeah, it was one wider, I think. Maybe I should like remake this to be the character that I normally use. No, I'm gonna stay true to my old design. So let me just look at my old design. I'll bring it up on my itch.io. Okay, so the width, okay, I was right, the width is a bit thicker. Yeah, I think this is the correct size though. It's 1, 2, 3, I think it's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so we're gonna take one off this. And it's one wider. Now for the rest of the design, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think he's a little bit shorter. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2. Give him a little hat, little eyes. It also doesn't really matter too much. We're just revisiting the design. just want to kind of keep the style somewhat similar to my old design. Maybe a little bit darker. Yeah, there we go. Now let's center this thing. Is it centered? 1, 2. Okay, so this is a, let's scale this thing. 32 by 32, okay. And 16 is right here. We're 1 off. Nope, we were right first time. Okay, so there we go. We have our sprite. Hello, Painting Land. Welcome back. Do I remember you? Could you jog a memory? Do you know what stream you were in? It has been a week, so I'm kind of a little bit. My memory's a little bit shot right now. Okay, so we're gonna create the walking animation. This is gonna be the highest point. We're going to. Okay. Oh. We need black. One, two, three, four, five, six. Be around 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So now we have that done. Okay, so looking at the heel, let's add some onioning so I can actually see what's going on. I'm going to bring a new frame here to kind of clear this out. We want the heel to move just a little bit. I will have to attend a class, therefore see you on next stream. Yeah, of course. Have good luck on your class. I hope you enjoy whatever you're learning. And yeah, hope to see you in a future stream. Okay, so the heel should be touching here. So it should lift here. I think we're too far, actually. Unless we... Maybe I gotta not have as many in between frames. So heel here, move it here. And this guy should be here. Now, it should be somewhat like that. Okay, so one more. So now we're following the back leg. So the back leg is going to be fully extended here. The front leg. Honestly, okay, let's take it back a step. I feel like I'm kind of struggling to keep the design correct. Let's do it this way. Bring it down a frame. And then do this. And then we're going to be bringing it down a frame. 2, 3, 4. Let's take a look at the actual. Yeah, it works. Not great, but it works. And now let's bring it home. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go in reverse. So now we're going to do the return path for this foot. So first thing that's going to happen, he's going to bend his knee a little bit. He's going to have the foot one frame in the air. This is going to be where the heel is going to be at. And then he'll be one more frame forward. And the heel is going to be 2 ahead. It's right here. Now looking at the actual animation, let's examine. I think it's looking pretty good so far. Actually, I feel like it's one frame off of where it should be. Because the heel should be here. So this should be here. Okay. One more frame. Now the heel is going to have to be, we're going to go one down. We're still going to keep the heel in the air. So here. I think we're going to have this be like that. And now for the time being, I'm going to, can I control Z? Yeah, I can. Let's just see how this entire animation looks. Not my favorite work. Could be a lot worse, but it definitely isn't my favorite animation. Let's add in the other leg and the arm motion, and then we will move on. So for the other leg, we're going to just reverse all of this. So 1 is going to be here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Then vertical. Then 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, then that finishes that. Next up is 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Actually, I'm starting to recognize some of the shapes. Maybe I'm not entirely off with all this. Some of the shapes are looking very, very familiar. I think I'm doing something different on this frame, though, than I did the last one. Not sure if I mind it. I guess we'll find out soon. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. I'm not sure I like it because it does seem kind of stiff. I don't know. I think it's fine. I think for right now, I'd rather get this. Get a working model than worry too much about the details. Okay. And then this one is going to be here. Yeah, not my finest work, but I think again, we can always update this later. I might even take a look at the actual old work and get the actual pixel perfect nature of it. But for right now, we're gonna duplicate all of these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's make sure that I got the breakpoint perfectly. Yeah, I did. Okay. And now after 8, we're going to flip everything. Oh, whoops. We're going to flip everything horizontally. Okay. And we're going to actually duplicate this one and flip this horizontally as well. There we go. Now we have all the frames. We're going to make a sprite sheet out of it. So we're going to export as sprite sheet. We're going to have 8 columns and 3 rows. And now I'm going to quickly... move this over here for future reference. And then we'll go back to this. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this and plop it into our project. Into our sprites folder. And we're going to rename this player. And now that we got this working, we're going to create the sprite sheet and make it work with what we have so far. I think for right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the hortile system. Because it isn't really critical at the moment. And I'm going to change the block system to have the height be 10 pixels, or let's do... For right now, I'm going to have this be hard-coded, but later we're going to fix this. And we're going to want to change this to be background color is going to be black. Why are you... Okay. Are we saving? Oh, CSS. Yes. Okay. And And now with that all said and done, we can just, for right now, I'm just going to erase this. Block ID. Yeah, a lot of my code is very inefficient right now. I'm not sure if this entire thing is going to be a one night fix. This might be like a multiple. I mean, I also did say on my stream that, and I still stand by this, I think I had 9 hours left by my estimation until it would have worked perfectly. And I'm kind of like backtracking to redefine the project. I think if I kept pushing forward with the current, what I currently had, I'd be able to get this done like probably like 4 hours, but I kind of want to refactor everything. So how's my offset system work? Yeah, this code is pretty testable, honestly. It's readable, but it's like extremely difficult to actually like refactor at the moment. Right, I'm just cleaning up the tabs so it doesn't look as bad as on stream. This isn't really required, but I think that's good for right now. Yeah, we'll leave it at that for right now. So how do we actually manipulate these things? So there's the get ground function. Make objects. Okay. So as far as I can tell, the way how I did it in this one is okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to like grasp my previous code. So I think for right now, we're gonna decrease this by a significant amount. We're gonna make this like 50. And we're gonna change we're going to change how I'm handling saving the platforms. The question is how. Because, okay, so here's my current dilemma. I want to move. So, okay, so what I did in the zombie project, what I want to do now, is instead of us saving the location and the platforms separately, we're going to save the platform item in the array with the rest of them. I'm kind of thinking that it would just... I'm just creating like one div every now and then. It shouldn't be too memory and or... Okay, what I'm about to do can be changed. So this is not really a problem per se. I'm going to... Let's delete this right now. A lot of stuff to refactor here. For right now, I'm going to delete all of this. And again, we're gonna revisit this soon. This is the get offset. If x plus x off is less... Okay. I think that's good. That doesn't really seem too crazy. Okay, so this is pretty basic. The issue right now is I used an element called scale in the project, which essentially told me how many pixels were in a screen. I feel like I probably should refactor everything because I'm changing so much at this point. I don't think I have much choice in the matter. I think I really need to tear it all down and bring it back up again. So, okay, so right now what I'm thinking is... let's just rebuild it. I think me trying to take my old code... Hey! Hello, Def and Default. Welcome back to the stream. I'm currently pulling my hair out over my old code because now I'm trying to change everything up and it is not going my way. Let's just redo everything. Set interval. Over 60. Okay. Document.body.inner HTML is equal to input. So that's working just fine. Perfect. But yeah, no, welcome back to Stream Def and Default. How's it going? I think I might have already said that, but I'm also kind of like trying to my brain's in like 10 different spots. You just yoinked all your code. Yeah, the main thing is right now I'm trying to refactor it, but I'm kind of starting to realize that maybe I should just take everything I've learned and redo everything, because that might actually just be more worth my time. And I also have some ideas I was just thinking about that might just make it better for me to just redo everything. So I'm gonna do some. I have some ideas for some new tricks, including tiling and so on, which should make my life a million times easier. So we're gonna just try to focus on keeping it that way. So for right now, I'm just gonna create the blocks as I always do. So here we're gonna create x equals 0, y equals 0, x, well, just y val equals 0, x off, we'll set equal to 0 for right now, and y off is equal to 0. And now what we'll do is I think that's okay. Let's have 2 items in the index. Player, we'll do div id equal player. And for right now, we're going to just have it be a div with a black background, and we'll also have a div or a block and we're going to give it the style left is 0px, bottom is going to be equal to 0px. And now YouTube yoinked your comment. I said try black box AI. Black box AI? What's black box AI? It's a code generator. I see you can do it. It kind of just looks like a ChatGPT thing. I don't know. It seems okay. It definitely like I like the UI for it for like a coding aspect, but I'm pretty sure this is built off of ChatGPT. Yeah, I mean, if you're using it and it's working out for you, then no problem with it. But use whatever tools you find useful. I don't think stuff like this is very useful for me, mainly because the kind of code I write is generally very um, very unconventional, to say the least. That's also just me, though. Universal. I think it's just body. How do I do this? Okay, so I'll just do style. Style source is equal to style.css. Let's try running this and see what happens. Not great. I think this is just body. Still not good. Hmm. For the body tag selector. I'm right. Okay, why is this? Why is it complaining right now? Yeah, this is correct. Body, background color. Is it complaining about the order? That doesn't make any sense, but let's try it out. Actually, is it able to read anything from here? Or am I doing this incorrectly? Hmm. I feel like I'm doing this wrong, but I don't know why I'm doing it wrong, and that's kind of frustrating. It has to be to external. Okay, wait. I think is it wait, did I mix up the CSS and yeah, JavaScript? I did. Okay. Well, it's still not working, but That's not correct, but that's fine. Okay. Man, I wish I didn't. If I didn't care right now, I would just do the way I always do. I think okay. I think it's important for me to actually learn this stuff, and I'm more. Part of the reason why I'm doing it the right way this time is mainly because I want to know that if I do it the right way, can I put it on itch.io? Like, will it let me? Well, right now I'm just trying to separate the project into several files, and theoretically, if I do it right, the background of this page should be blue, and then I can start coding in the behavior. But right now, I'm not seeing it being blue, so clearly something is wrong. And this is correct as far as I can. Oh, wait, nope. I can see the issue. Still not working, but okay. That's. No, wait. No. I was right. That isn't. Why are you not working? That is kind of frustrating. Hey, Ken. I'm kind of dying inside. But yeah, no. Right now is very basic stuff. We're not really getting into any of the complicated game stuff. I just want to. I'm trying to do this the right way, and once you do it the right way, then we can start messing around with other stuff. I don't know why this isn't working though. There's. I'm gonna delete this really fast. Actually, let's delete this and see what happens. Oh wait. Nope, did not solve it. Don't die. No, I got. I'm currently on the verge of it right now. Let's delete this for right now. You know what? I'm gonna just. I'm just gonna try and save this. Index.html. Wait, is the issue? I have a theory. I have a theory that I have two files that are running, and one of which is bad, and the other one is still not working. So, okay. I'm gonna bring you anything? I think I'm okay for right now. I love you. I don't understand why this isn't. I don't know. Everything here, everything is telling me that this should work. Okay, let's actually inspect it. File not fast. Wait. file, save as, styles with an S. There we go. Woo! And now we'll do powder blue. Woo! Okay. We're in business. Stuff is running. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Now what we're going to do, I'm going to bring that back in. And we're going to first start by just making a very, very basic player. So ID player, and inside the player, we're going to have position fixed. Width is going to be 100 px. Height is going to be 100 px. And background color is going to be black. And there we have it. Next up, we're going to add in some basic logic. If input dot, is it includes? I think it's includes. Includes A, then x minus equal 10. If input dot includes D, x plus equal 10. And then what we're going to do is if input, or if y is less than or equal to 0, we're going to first set y vel is equal to 0 and y equals 0. And then if input includes, so what we're doing right now, we're creating the jumping element. Y vel is equal to 20. And then else y vel minus equal to y vel, y minus equals y vel. I'm not sure this is going to work. I have a feeling that it will. Let's give it a try. Well, we have no bugs. It isn't working. We have no bugs. Oh, I forgot to update the location. Document dot get element by ID player dot style dot bottom is equal to y plus px. Dot left is equal to x dot px. Okay. Run it. Still not working. Nope. That shouldn't be a problem, but just in case. And let's do like bottom is equal to 0 px for right now. Well, that's not good. That is telling us that there is an actual problem, though, which is good to know. Now the question is, what is the problem? Actually, no. Why is this one not working? Game.js 34. Oh, okay. Oh! Well, okay. That's incorrect, but everything else is working just fine. Plus equals. And there you have it. We got jumping. Let's do some fine tuning on this real fast. A little bit too much. There we go. I'd say easy peasy, but that would not be true. Next up, we're going to add some more let's actually first add offset. So x minus equal 10. And then I'm going to hard code some variables. I'm going to regret it later, but we're not going to think about that. If x is less than dot inner width over 4, then x I kind of feel like I should first add the offset to x and then remove the offset from x. But I also feel that might just be a bad idea. Or maybe I should just make it to where the offset is... No, I think the actual solution is we're going to have the x be the character's position, but then make the offset remove the necessary portion. I don't even think we need an if statement in that case. In that case, what we can just do is x is going to be it's so complicated. The thing is, okay, so here's where I'm getting stuck. So let's say the player was moving left for a while. So they've added an offset to their position, and then they move right. With what I'm currently saying, the issue is going to be that when they move right, the offset is going to stay keeping them to the right because it's relative to 0. But what I want to do is I want to make the viewport travel with the characters. What I need to do in that case is take the position on the screen and see where that is compared to the viewport. So it's a little bit different. So I think the X and the Y will have to stay a screen position. I think that is the point. And the offset is going to really define everything else that we need to worry about. I think that is the vision as far as I can tell. So if x is less than window dot inner width over 4, x off is going to be plus equals x minus equals window dot inner width over 4 minus x, and then x is going to be equal to this. I think that's correct. And then the same thing is going to happen on the other side. So on the other side, it's just going to be the reverse. I don't really like how I'm doing this right now. I feel like there's going to be an issue where if we're doing stuff just a little bit off, it's going to cause issues. We're introducing way too many possible variables or possible issues with it. Hello, Chandu16. How's it going? Welcome back to stream. Or if you're, are you a new viewer or wait? Sorry, I do not have Twitch open, so I can't see if you're a new viewer or an old viewer. What is your game collision detection? Right now, nothing. We're going to be building that probably next. Right now, I'm currently trying to focus on viewports. So, what we're trying to return this game to, I'm basically trying to refactor my old code, but I kind of just ended up deleting my old code but the old project, let me see if I can show you this real fast. Here. So the old project had collision detection. So this is actually a previous game jam that I've already completed, but I'm not happy with how I ended up because I kind of ran out of time. as you can probably tell by just how basic the score system is. The game jam that I was part of, if I can find it, was the Valentine's Jam 2024, which was, I think, like a month ago. Yeah, no, my score was pretty bad, honestly. I Out of 34 entries, I think we got like 25th. So this game jam we did pretty horrible in. But I think honestly a lot of that I could have done a lot better if I had time to actually go back to my code and refactor everything, which is what we're going to be doing right now. Which we're basically going back through it and revisiting all my code. I'm also doing stuff a lot differently. I'm not sure if this is going to work, actually, being completely honest. A lot of what I'm changing is taking it away from the one file system I was doing before. That was inherently was working a lot better than what I'm about to do. That's going to use external sprite sheets. Love that you're using that you use text editor as your code editor. Yeah, no, I use Notepad. It's pretty simple. I mean, it's not like I really, even if I was using VS Code, I wouldn't be using all the features of it. It works. And basically, if you put me on any computer, because I use Notepad regularly, I don't need to worry about having an ID set up or anything. Just pick it up and go. I used to use Vim. In fact, actually, for a lot of my projects, here, let me bring up my other thing. I actually have a Linux subsystem on my PC, and a lot of my other projects, like actually, what's a good project to take a look at? None of these are really good projects to like really show you guys, but I do like I've used Vim for everything here for my old bots and stuff. CD. Twitchbot, yeah. No config. I mean, I don't think my Vim is configured. Like it's just basic Vim. But honestly, I don't use that file anyways. But you know, I'm a big fan of Vim. I think the main reason why I'm switching to Windows and like not Linux. So okay, I think what I'm trying to do with this new stream and this new like general my new style of streaming is I kind of want more people to feel comfortable with coding. And I think I want to bring more people into the coding space. Because I mean I could try reaching people who are already deep within the coding space. I could try reaching people, but like, I'm not really like honestly like I feel like I kind of like am more of like a in a world of contemporary artists, I feel like I would be considered a freehand coder. The way how I view this. No, not really influencer. It's more like I feel like it's more like a teacher. I want to teach people how to get into coding. Because when I first started getting into coding, so here's my thing. Here, actually, let's take a break from coding for just a moment. Handmade Hero. I don't think I've ever heard of Handmade Hero. Handmade hero. Hmm. What are they doing? What are they using for this? They're using... No, so I found the project. I'm trying to see exactly how they're... What are they doing? Wait, I'm kind of confused here, actually. I'm trying to see like what are they actually using to make this. I'm seeing a lot of stuff on C, so I'm guessing they're coding it in C. But I don't see if they're using. Okay, so the thing is, okay, so their mission statement is they want to create a professional quality game that explains every single line of its source code. Okay, so it is only in C. Okay. Yeah, I'd say it's pretty close to what I'm doing. Actually, I think my mission is I think largely the same as their mission. So props to them. They're definitely going one layer below me, which I think is honestly better than what I'm doing. I think the way how I was okay. So let me actually let's talk about this a little bit. So I think the reason why I'm using JavaScript compared to C is because C is great if you want to create applications for, you know, the lowest level, I mean above assembly for a computer. So basically, if you want to build an executable that has a game, I think that is probably the way you would want to go about it. You have to join the community. There are a lot of like-minded people like you over there. I can take a look. No, I'm on there right now. Um, it seems like it's kind of an older community. I'm not seeing a whole lot of recent activity. Their most recent activity I'm seeing is like a month ago. That is like, and it's mainly seeming like bugs. But yeah, so I think the main reason why I'm using JavaScript compared to C is because for doing browser coding, it makes more sense because you can make having executables. You run into platform related issues, you run into other issues, and just in general, it kind of like puts a lot more obstacles in the way. But if you're doing JavaScript, CSS, HTML, you're not really. It's very very platform agnostic, and anything that has a browser has a pretty standardized set of like inputs, outputs, etc. So you can kind of just use whatever for that. Handmade network projects. Handmade network projects. Projects. kind of cool. I like how they're yeah, no, I think these people kind of beat me to the punch in terms of what they're doing. A lot of what they're doing is kind of what I want to do. I'm still going to be doing it, don't get me wrong. But yeah, no, I'd say that we have very, very similar mission statements. I think my mission statement is more like, as of right now, it's removing obstacles for a newer programmer, which you can't really do in C. At least that's my take. With C, you're gonna hit several obstacles really early on. With education, at least. Like, I think if I really want to like start people, like, so here's the thing. Python. Okay, so there's a bunch of languages that you could start somebody off with. Python, I'd say, is the best for onboarding someone early on. However, the issue with Python is it's easy to code in, but if I told a random person to write a Python code, write a Python script and run it, it would take me a little bit of hand holding to get them to compile and run Python code, unless they're working in Linux. But at that point, we're already dealing with a power user. If I told your average user, like let's say someone who's never coded before, to run Python without Googling or anything, they'd get stuck. The nice, and same thing with Java. With Java, you compile, same issue. You hit the same exact wall. C, C++, everything else, you're gonna hit the wall where if I told average Joe or average Jane to write a very simple piece of software and run it, they're gonna immediately, for most languages, hit the wall of, oh, you're gonna have to compile it, you're gonna probably need a code editor, you're gonna need like a proper IDE, you're gonna need to get these dependencies, and you're gonna need to install some stuff sometimes, and then and only then you'll be able to run it. And I mean, for more advanced, like for people like me or like more advanced coders, it's kind of a no-brainer. And if we do get stuck, we Google it, and there's no real problem there. I mean, I've been in hackathons where I try to do like machine learning. My dependency isn't working, and I gotta spend like a couple hours fixing it. That's fine. But again, if I ask an average Joe and they are not good at Googling, or they're not good at like figuring out this information, or this is their very first time, and you kind of can't really expect them to be super knowledgeable about this, then the easiest way to get rid of that initial hurdle is using HTML, JavaScript, CSS, because you can write a fully functional program in a single HTML file, like maybe like 20 lines. In 20 lines, and like out of those 20 lines, 10 are gonna be just setting up HTML, and it's gonna be just very, very simple, like 5-character lines. You write a couple of couple lines of code, and you can have a useful script running. Like you can make something like that's like converts some text into something else, make a password generator, everything else, and it'll be runnable on anything. So you can just, if you give someone its HTML code and say, hey, run this, on most computers, they double click the file and it will run. And the worst thing that someone will have to do with the file is left click and open with a browser. So there's really no, with it, as long as you explain, hey, save it as an HTML and run the code, there's no other obstacle to the people who are trying to code with it. And coding in JavaScript and making a workable thing, like right now, let's say like right now I wanted to, let's make another file really fast. So I'm gonna make a new folder. So let's say I wanted to make a very, very simple, game, right? I just want a block that moves left and right. So I can just do doc type. I think it's. Am I typing this right? Let me double check. Yeah. So doc type HTML, and then HTML head script. Let's just do. Honestly, let's do this right. Let's do input equals document dot add event listener. I think it's key down function. If input dot includes event my brain's not working now, so it is key down. Okay, good. Forgot to write event here. Event dot, is it key? Yeah, okay. Then we're gonna just add the event dot key, input dot push event dot key. And then just copy paste key up. If input we're gonna just find this key. So if we want to find position, and that will just be I equals index input dot index event dot key. If I is not equal to -1, input dot splice I comma 1, and then do console dot log document dot body dot inner HTML is equal to input, and then just close out the program. So I think we're at like 9 lines of actual code, and we're gonna have like 8 lines of HTML. And with this, we'll go desktop basic.html. So I haven't even coded for like 3 minutes. And with that, I have a bug. Is it index of? I think it's index of. Head script, okay, it's all working. Key up, function event. Event.key, -1. Input splice. Oh. There we go. And we have it running. I know you guys quit. So, how long was that? That was maybe like 4 minutes. 5. I had a small bug, so. But if I had someone just write down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 lines of JavaScript, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 10 lines of HTML, all of which is very easy to understand, we have a basic input. And then if I teach someone to map that input to a behavior, now we can start having a game. And again, when you're running this thing, like with this file, all I have to do is double click it and it runs the game. That's all. And if it doesn't run it, I gotta left click it and then open with browser. There is no other language or no other game engine or nothing else will run as easy as that. Like everything else, I mean, unless you're, I think in terms of the difficulty of creating something that's useful and the difficulty of running something that's useful, and also just in general, the usability later. JavaScript has this very, very niche and very, very strong position. Other languages have their benefits. Python, if I was doing a leak code problem, or if I was doing a coding interview, or if if someone was like, hey, can you make this algorithm for me right now and do it in, write a super simple script that will do it. Python, all day, every day. If I'm doing something that's server-based, Java, all day, every day. If I was doing something where like I was really wanting to get into nitty-gritty details, make it very, very well crafted and speedy executable, where speed was like the most important aspect, C would be what I would use. If I really had nothing better to do, maybe I'd write an assembly. If I wanted to try something new, I'll do Rust. Like other languages have their pros and cons. I mean, I'm not going to go through all. I haven't even used all the language. I think I've used only 8 languages so far. I'm still kind of new to like the full scope of languages and frameworks. But I haven't encountered anything that I would recommend teaching to a new coder that beats JavaScript. And that's kind of why I'm doing it this way. And again, if I ask a new coder, hey, can you write me a file really quickly to do this, I won't expect someone who's never touched a line of code before to have VS Code pre-installed in their machine. Honestly, I wouldn't even expect them to have a PC. A lot of people don't have that. Maybe they have an iPhone. Maybe they have a very, very old computer. And I want to create content for those people. I want to teach them how to do it so that they can learn the basics and then extrapolate. And I want them to not just learn the basics, I want them to make stuff that they actually use. That's kind of like my mission statement. That's like the vision I have for all this. I hope that explains. I feel like I'm going to have, whenever we have new people join the stream, everyone always kind of wonders like why I do stuff the way I do it. And I think I really want people to like understand this philosophy I have. Because I think it's important for people to like help other people get into this hobby. I think everyone who wants to code should be able to code. No gatekeeping, not in this community. It's like coding is one of the few things where you could literally have next to nothing and start coding. If you just have paper and pencil, you can start writing scripts. You can start practicing coding with paper and pencil. You don't even need a computer if you really don't want to. I mean, you won't be able to run it, but you can still start learning coding with paper and pencil. But yeah. I feel like even like at a professional level. Okay, I know I'm ranting now, but at a professional level, unless you're doing something like huge scale, it's like such a low cost hobby to get into. There shouldn't be any gatekeeping of it. I don't think there is a whole lot of it, but I feel like, as with many other hobbies, the support for beginners is lacking. I think there's just very, very little support for those who are just starting out. And I think that's a shame. And that's what I'm working towards. I will say also right now, I am starting to feel tired. I don't know why. I slept well last night. Actually, I kind of had to wake up a little bit early. I've been more and more tired recently. I think I'm going to call it here. And I'm going to. Oh, also, if you're still around, I'm sorry if I didn't notice this. Thank you for the follow, Chandu. I think you followed me about half an hour ago. I'm sorry I didn't notice that. Again, I was caught in a rant and also just a bit tired. I really appreciate it. But yeah, I think we're gonna call it the end of the stream today. I know all we did was we just remade the. I feel like I've made a jumping block sim in CSS and HTML and JavaScript like a million times over at this point. I feel like this is like my go-to explanation project. I mean, I think it's good practice, but next stream, let's plan for next stream. We're gonna continue revisiting my old game. I think we're gonna actually make more progress, and we're going to start off where we left off here. So we're gonna clean up a lot of our old code. We're gonna make it a lot neater. We're gonna add in. We're gonna make it more efficient. I think that's the main objective of the remake. Because I think one of the comments on my game jam was that it was laggy. That needs to be fixed. But yeah, no, I'm getting too tired. I was drinking a Monster this entire time and it hasn't helped. I don't know why. I just gotta like clock out for like 20 hours straight. Maybe that's what my body needs. But yeah, no. For those who have, I also want to mention that on the social media, I'm gonna start. I've already posted one tutorial, but I'll be posting a lot more tutorials for those who want to start learning this stuff. And it's on TikTok, it's on Instagram. I'll make some YouTube stuff. I'm starting with carousel style posts, so it's a little bit different, but man, I'm tired. Well, thanks everybody for watching. Sorry we didn't get much further. We'll do better next stream. And if you haven't already, consider following. If you want to see more of this kind of content, consider subscribing, following, liking, commenting. Anything and everything helps, and I really appreciate it. Never required, but it does help. I hope you guys all enjoyed, and I hope